2nd. It is 10 a.m. Central Time, and I'm ready to do some live readings. If you're watching this on the replay, stay, watch, comment, and see if any of this resonates for you, because sometimes it does. And if you're interested in a private reading, you can schedule that on my website, consciouslyerin.com. My readings come in 30 and 15-minute sessions. It is completely up to you. Just remember, my private readings are very different than my live readings. I rarely use my cards in a private reading, so keep that in mind. So what could a private reading bring for you? I don't know. You should schedule one and find out, friend. Hey, Marie. Good morning. Hey, girl. Hey. Make sure this is turned on. There we go. How's it going, Marie? How you doing this morning? It is a beautiful Monday morning. Hello, Michelle. We got a Marie and a Michelle. I love the double M in the room. I'm excited. Good morning, good morning, good morning. How is everyone's morning? It is the start of June. Hey, Marie, I got you, girl. You are first on the list. Hello from Kentucky. Howdy, Lori. Hey, Mary. So real quick, before I do Marie's reading, let me let you go. Hello, I'm doing well. Good morning. I am here offering Oracle card readings. Readings are $25. Venmo, PayPal, Cash App are all available to you through my link tree. In the description of this video, you can find that link tree. You can also just look me up, Consciously Erin. It should be up here. You can also do what Marie did, and you can send it through YouTube by a super fan or gift or whatever it says down in the corner down here. That is completely up to you. Way this works is once I get a payment, you go on the list, and then I go in order of the list. The replay for this will always go up on my channel later, so I encourage you, if you get a reading, to go back and watch it again later, because a lot more comes through later on. Good morning, friend. Good morning. All right, Marie, I am ready to read for you, girl. I am excited, and I'm looking forward to it. Look at the synchronicity. 33 in the room, 3 likes. I love the 333. I'm doing very well. Thank you so much. Yes, Marie. I can't pin your comment, but I see you, and I am ready. Here we go. All right, Marie. Do me a favor. Take a nice, big, deep breath in all the way down to your toes. And release. Drop those shoulders, and please give me permission to have access to your energy. Marie, they're showing me your hands. The chakras in your hands are very open. I see this in a lot of people who do healing work or who feel called to do some sort of healing work. Be careful that you're not getting too in your head about the definition of what a healer is. I see whoever that is that just sent another payment. I'll get to you 1 second, I promise. Be careful your definition of what healer is. You're expanding, and healing comes in many forms. It comes in the form of a conversation that you have with someone. It comes in the form of card readings. It comes in the form of Reiki or something else like that. There are many different ways that it can show itself. Don't limit yourself by some definition that someone else gave you as to what a healer is, right? When I look at your energy, it looks pretty good. All of your chakras are open, active, and working together. This is part of the reason why the chakras in your hands are so active. I also get a nice active heart space, which tells me that 90% of the time, as much as possible, you are heart-centered when you make your choices. You often think of others and put others ahead of you, which is fine. Just make sure that you're not doing it to your own detriment. To make sure you're not falling behind because of what you're giving to others. You know what I'm saying? You gotta be careful with that. Again, bring me back to those hands and showing me actually copper coils on the palms of your hands, as if wanting you to pay attention to this. Again, healing comes in many forms. It doesn't have to be Reiki, but it could be. It could also be massage therapy. It can also be conversation. It could be a hug. It can be anything like that, because healing happens on multiple levels. Ellen, I see you, friend. And Leilani, I see you. You are on the list as well. All right, Marie, this is what my guides have to say in addition to everything I have already said. Ooh, the light level, midnight, light. I'm gonna write light level. You'll have to tell me your name again when I get there, okay? All right, this is what my guides want you to understand in addition to everything I've already said. My guides are saying that for a little while, things maybe have felt a little bit unstable in your energy. This came as a consequence of you getting to know yourself and to sort of recognize this feeling of strength within you. My guides tell me that you spend a lot of time waiting for other people to not notice, but to validate, to see this piece of you, and so you held back. This is you stepping forward and reclaiming the other side of this, which is empowerment. Again, going along with the healings in the throat, in the hand chakra. I said throat because it's here. My guides are saying this has a very real 3D manifestation for you. That means when you start putting energy towards this healing ability, this healing energy, you will draw the right people towards you. So they're asking you to continue to work towards that. What feels good for you? You have yourself in very good alignment, friend. You should be proud of that because it required you to let go of a lot of things that kept you stuck in a state of apathy. But acknowledging and releasing those things have righted your karmic shift and have allowed you to see yourself a little bit more clearly. This in return is starting to spark some inspiration in you and turning your intuition up even louder. Your GPS is getting louder. Confirmation on the next card from that. So my guides are asking you, please have patience with yourself as you emerge into this new state. Embrace all of this stuff with your hands. Allow this healing piece of you to come forward. Marie, my goodness. Dina, thank you. Marie, thank you so much. I appreciate you very much for allowing me to read for you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that, Marie. Thank you so much. All right. So let's update the list real quick, okay? So Pam is up next, then Ellen, then Leilani, then Dina. List is still open. You just have to be a little bit patient with me. Readings are $25, as you can see. Venmo, PayPal, or Cash App. Hey, Matt, what's up? Pam, come on down. Say hello. Oh, I completely understand, Marie. I get it. I get it. It'll work out one day. It will. You'll see. Hi, Jenny. Well, thanks, Wade. Good morning. There you are, Pam. I see you, friend. I wish I could pin your comment, but I can't. So, nice to see you. Yes, still making a list. You're at work right now. Totally get it. I understand these are good when they're short, you know? I totally get it. All right, Pam, here we go. Do me a favor, friend. Take a nice, big, deep breath in all the way down to your toes. And release. Drop those shoulders, and please give me permission to have access to your energy. All right, so Pam, when I look at your energy, most of your chakras are all pretty active and talking to each other. I don't see any slowdowns in your space. Your sacral chakra is really active. Not in a bad way, it's just more active than the other chakras. They're all working, they're all communicating. Sacral is a little bit more projected than the others. The sacral chakra is connected to the roles that we play, the name tags you wear, friend, sister, partner, parent, student, teacher, healer, whatever. All the labels that you wear are connected to this sacral chakra. There's something shifting in here, shifting for the better. The color coming out of this is a bright orange, which tells me it's a movement forward in energy. Often, in order to step into a new role, we have to let go of an old role that we've been hanging on to for a long time, something you may have outgrown. The idea of being a caretaker for someone who has grown up, or being a friend to someone who is no longer vibrationally aligned with you, something like that. We've often outgrown roles that require us to reevaluate things as the sacral chakra really starts to expand. So don't be surprised if friendships and different relationships start to sort of shift around you. This is a result of your expansion, and it's not a bad thing for you, them, or anybody else. It's just, that's just what it is. Over time, as you expand, you will draw the right people who match the right vibration, and it won't feel like such a chore to be around them. And again, not saying anything bad about anybody. And I don't know that this is anybody specific. It just feels like a general feeling. All right, so Pam, this is what my guides have to say in addition to everything I've already said. There's that yellow. My guides want you to understand you are stepping into a beautiful, charismatic piece of yourself. This is your time to expand and shine. Not only have you gotten yourself into a good space in your balance, a good balanced space in your heart, you've also done a good job of dealing with and addressing some of your insecurities, especially some that have been deeply rooted for a long time. My guides are telling me that those old insecurities are what was causing a lot of your misalignment. And now that you have dealt with some of those, you're really stepping into a broader role for yourself, right? This is the establishment of some sort of outward facing role, outgrowing one that you currently have and stepping into one that fits you better. This in return helps to heal some pieces of your heartbreak that are deep down inside and bring you a greater sense of inner peace. But you are going to have to allow yourself to see the potential that's out there. You're going to have to embrace everything that's being offered to you and not be afraid to take some chances, especially when it comes to yourself, right? You don't want to be afraid to embrace something that feels good for you. You don't want to be afraid to embrace something that encourages you to be more your full self, right? That's exactly what they are pushing you to do as this piece of your sacral chakra is opening up. Pam, thank you so much for allowing me to read for you, friend. I appreciate you very, very much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. List is open, you guys. I do readings, Venmo, PayPal, Cash App. Thank you so much. So on point is what Pam says. I know that in the replay, the people watching the replay, I know you probably can't see the comments. I don't know if you can or not, but Pam was saying that was a good reading. So thank you very much. All right. So list is open. Ellen is up next. Leilani is up after that. And Dina is up after that. After Dina, there is currently no wait on the list after Dina. So there's 4 people on the list, about 10 minutes, 15 at the most, maybe. It's a good time to get on the list if you want a spot because it does tend to fill up. All right, Ellen, come on down. Say hello to me, friend. I am excited to see you. Come on down. My cards don't want to shuffle anymore. They're like, we're tired. Why are you shuffling me so much? Oh my goodness. Hello, Ellen. Good to see you. All right, Ellen. Do me a favor, friend. Take a nice big deep breath in all the way down to your toes. And release. Drop those shoulders and please give me permission to have access to your energy. So Ellen, they're showing me, so the image I'm getting is of a beautiful little tiny flower. I don't know what the flower is called. It's like a dewdrop flower or something like that. They're showing me this flower starting to bloom and grow in a dark forest, as if you are pushing your way through the darkness and growing up in a space that's maybe not super conducive or supportive of that. Readings are $25. I'm so thankful for those. I have no way of returning that money to you, but it's $25 for readings. So as you're growing in this space, as you're expanding, my guides want you to understand, listen, there's a lot of change happening and you are growing in a place that isn't super conducive to that. So you may feel a lot of push-pull in your energy as you start to expand beyond the boundaries of what you learned when you were younger and what the people around you are holding strong to with their beliefs. You're destined for something greater. It feels that as your energy grows and your light expands, you actually turn the light on for other people around you so they can see where they're stuck and you become a sort of guiding light for some people. And I'm not saying you have to step into the role of mentor, but I am saying by you embracing who you are, you give inspiration to others. And so I'm encouraging you to do that. My guides are telling me, friend, Ellen, this is what my guides have to say in addition to everything I've already said. You are sailing off to a whole new horizon. This is literally going to a shore in which you have never been, and it is a next big step in your awakening journey. I got you, KL. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. It's the next big step in your awakening journey, okay? My guides also want to recognize that you have incredible inner strength, right? They are telling me that you are so strong to grow in this dark area and push that energy forward. That's amazing, friend. They want you to acknowledge that you've done that for yourself. My guides also want you to know you're going to have to step a little bit outside of your comfort zone to continue to embrace this great state of expansion that you're in, reminding you and everyone that as we expand, when we blow these tracks, right? Yes, it'll be totally fine. When we lay these tracks, often these mountains are in the way. We have to blow up the mountain, so sometimes expansion can be a little bit uncomfortable. My guides are saying, don't stop now. Keep putting the work in. Keep following forward, right? My guides are telling me, make the commitment to you and follow forward, not letting anyone else talk you out of it, and this kicks off a huge transition in your energy. This is the feeling of change, friend. This is you embracing the newest version of you and stepping fully into it while the old version of you is gone, right? That can feel a little rocky, but it brings with it a whole new role, a new expansion. Like, this is so exciting. Everything in this reading is very exciting, Ellen. A new piece, a new role, all the good stuff. As you move forward, continue to embrace and stay heart-centered. Your third eye speaks to you the loudest through this because you're so strongly there. My guides are saying you will have the support you need as soon as you need it, and don't give any attention to the conflict around you. Don't let them talk you out of it. Don't let them talk you out of it. All right, Ellen, don't let them talk you out of it. Thank you, Mary Jo. I appreciate that. Who was this? Brenda. So, Brenda, readings are 25. Sherry, I see you. If you would like to send the other 5, I'm happy to read for you. I unfortunately don't have any way to give that back to you. Your name means guiding light? Really? Girl, look at that confirmation. Can we just high five on that for a hot second? Because that is amazing. That is amazing. I love that. I love it so much. So much. Thank you. Thank you for allowing me to read for you. So let's update the list real quick. Leilani, you are up next. After Leilani is Dina, then KL. Let me know how I should refer to you. Oh my goodness. Okay, how do I pronounce your name, friend? Let me know how to pronounce your name so I say it correctly. Thank you, Mystic Messenger. Carrie. Got you, Carrie. Thank you, Brenda. I got you. Satia. I'm probably saying that terribly wrong. I'm so sorry. I'm just updating my list real quick. All right, so here is the list, friends. Leilani, you are up next, and then Dina, and then KL, then Brenda, Sherry, and Satia. Please hang out. Be patient. I promise I will get to you. I promise I take my time with everybody. Just be patient with me. All right. Leilani, can you say hello for me, friend? I love that. The painting is proof there was a painter. The whole thing. That's beautiful. Hello, loves. Yes, I'm glad you're here. Rediscover your shine. Hi, Penny. Welcome in. Leilani, can you say hello for me, friend, so I can focus on your energy real quick? Michelle, hello. KL, I got you, friend. I appreciate you very much. You're definitely on the list, Carrie, I promise. Leilani is up next. I'm just looking for Leilani so I can focus on her real quick. Oh, everything is great. Everything is great. Thank you so much for being here and asking. Leilani, are you still in here? Say hello, friend. You gotta let me know who you are if you have a different name on here. I know I've read for you before, but I can't remember all the screen names, so please remind me. You're gonna keep it? Yeah. No, you're good. You're so good, Carrie. You're so good. You're 100% good. All right, so we're going to put a pin in Leilani. When Leilani comes back, you guys let me know, and we'll hold her place for her. So for everyone on the list, I'm going to jump over her because I don't see her and I don't want to take any more time. I kind of want to work through the list. But when Leilani comes back, she will be the next person. So if you guys see her, do me a favor and help me out, okay? All right. So Dina, you're up next. Yes, Sherry, you are on the list, my friend. You are on the list. So Dina is up next. Leilani, whenever she comes back, is next. And then, all right, so it's going to be Dina, Carrie, Brenda, Sherry, and then Satia. That is the list so far. So hang out. If Sherry, if you want to give me about 10 minutes and come back, that should be perfect timing. Michelle, you also sent. Let me just double check that. Okay, Michelle, let me look for it. I want to make sure I get everybody because it's weird sometimes. Michelle, how did you send that? Pamela, I see you, friend. Readings are $25. I'm happy to read for you. I unfortunately don't have any way to send that back to you. Oh, there you are, Michelle. I got you. I got it, Michelle. You're on there, girl. I don't know why it wasn't coming through. No, that's not today. That was yesterday. I had a Michelle yesterday. So, Michelle, I have not gotten any payment from you. Mary, I see you. Michelle, I checked all my payments. Make sure you go through and double check that, okay? Pamela, I got you, Pamela. Pamela Love, I got you, girl. Thank you so much. All right, let me update the list real quick, okay? Be patient. All right, so Leilani, if you're in the room, say hello. Otherwise, Dina is up next, and then Carrie, then Brenda, Sherry, Satia, Mary, and Pamela Love. That is the list so far. I only have 3 spots left, so please be patient with me as I make my way through this list. It takes me just a minute. Thank you so much, friend. Is that so, Leilani? If you're in the room, you got to tell me you're here. Say you're Leilani, because otherwise I don't know who you are. I would love to do your Michelle. Let me look here. I got Brenda. I got Pamela. That's who I've got on there. I don't know how to change the default. All right. Dina, come on down, say hello. If Leilani comes back, we will definitely make sure to put her first on the list. I don't know where she went, but I don't want to take too much time. LH, are you Leilani? Yes, you're Dina. LH, is your name Leilani? Because there's nothing else there. So, okay. I was waiting kind of, I didn't know. Well, hey, Stephanie, welcome. All right, so Leilani, you're up next. So let's do your reading. It's Leilani, then Dina, I apologize, then Carrie, Brenda, Sherry, Satia, Mary, and Pamela Love. So hang out, you guys. Be patient with me as I make my way through the list. You sent super chat with money. Let me go back, Michelle, and look. So are you MJB? So MJB, if you sent, so you sent $1.99. Readings are $20, $25. Alexa, thank you. I don't know how to do that, but thank you. You're on the list, my friend. Thank you. All right, Leilani, let's get down to business. Here we go. Do me a favor. Take a nice, big, deep breath in all the way down to your toes. And release. Drop your shoulders and please give me permission to have access to your energy. Leilani, I love your energy. Okay, so sometimes it makes me nervous when I tap into somebody's energy and everything looks good because I feel like I need to tell you something bad, right? But friend, your energy looks good. If I was going to give you an energetic report card, it would be an A+. You look fantastic. All of your chakras are open, communicating with each other. I am seeing a garden. I see this a lot in my imagery. It's the sign of you're cultivating or working on something. This always is a sign of something that will have a physical representation to it, meaning you are working toward a physical manifestation. This is growing in the garden. What you're doing now is tending the garden. What that means is taking care of your own focus and vibration, making sure that if any weeds are growing in your garden, you're picking them out, i.e. your insecurities or whatever it is. This garden is rather large, so whatever the manifestation it brings with it is going to be pretty big. This feels like it has ripples throughout your physical environment, meaning you will feel it in multiple aspects. It could be something like a new job, a new friendship, a new relationship, a new house, a new apartment, a new couch. It could be a new car. There's a couple different things that it could be, but each one of these is a step forward and it feels good in your energy. Again, big enough that it has a ripple in your energy, like it kind of spreads out a little bit. So rather large, Leilani, I gotta tell you. All right, so this is what my guides have to say in addition to everything I've already said. You brought the heat with you, friend. You're stepping into a state of renewal. This is a great place to be. My guides want you to understand that this is going to bring that physical manifestation for you. It's going to bring that result of what you've been working towards. My guides are telling me you spent enough time sacrificing yourself, and they're asking you to step outside your comfort zone and recognize self-sacrifice is not always the way to go. This is you embracing all of the positivity in your life and focusing on these things and not giving too much attention to the stuff that hasn't quite worked out yet. These things will work themselves out. They have to, because the manifestation is so evident in your energy. There's no way for you to sort of slow that down. My guides are telling me, follow your own mental clarity. Don't worry about what anyone else is telling you and allow yourself to see the world through multicolored lenses. This is you allowing yourself to see the world around you through the vibration that you want to have and not the vibration that you were handed. My guides also want you to understand this is going to bring up some triggers in you, especially stuff from when you were younger around the idea of embracing some sort of new role. I see this a lot with people when they go from working for a corporation to working for themselves. The idea of giving up that feeling of a steady paycheck, that stability, that can really cause some ripples in this space. I don't know if that's something you've ever considered, but it's something to think about because my guides are telling me that you're stepping into a new beginning and that this new beginning is going to bring you a greater sense of inner peace, but you have to let go of the triggers that are coming up every time they come up. This is not about focusing on the heartbreak, but it's about disrupting the pattern that you have built around you. Letting those bricks fall so that you can better build, the world that you want out of those bricks. Sorry, I'm burning up. I gotta take that off. So, Leilani, something big is coming, friend. Something very big is coming. And I don't know how to tell you what it is other than that, but something very big is coming. Good morning, Naruto Gaming. Leilani, thank you very much for allowing me to read for you. I appreciate it very, very much. Spiritual hot flashes. Every time I get a big, deep read, especially with something like that, there's a lot of physical energy behind that, Leilani. So it brought the heat out. I'm telling you, lots of physical movement. All right, so let me just update the list real quick, okay? Dina, you're up next, and then Carrie, Brenda, Sherry, Satia, Mary, Pamela Love, I have to say both, and then Alexa. I only have 2 spots left, just 2. All right, Dina, Light, Moon Bunny. Okay, I got you, Moon Bunny. You're down there right after Alexa. All right, I'm ready, friend. All right, Dina, here we go. Do me a favor. Take a nice, big, deep breath in all the way down to your toes. And release. Drop those shoulders and please give me permission to have access to your energy. Dina, when I tap into your energy, the very first image I get is of a caravan. I don't know if you know what I mean by that, but think about, and I hate to use this word, but it's stereotypical and it's an image I'm getting of a gypsy, old world gypsy. They had those caravans that they rode around and it was their whole house. It was everything they had in here, but they were wandering souls and they were constantly moving around. When I look at your energy, the very first thing I see is this caravan, and it's very richly decorated, as if you are a wandering soul and have found yourself here. There may be a feeling of feeling a little bit out of place in your energy, as if you may be, it's almost like you, I don't want to say, I don't, it's like you have a unique energy frequency. So choosing to incarnate on earth at this time has to be purposeful for you. There must be some purpose to the energy frequency you bring because it's very unique. When I look at you and I look at the space around you, there's no one else around you that matches your signature. But there's a tendency to cover or push that down a little bit in order to fit in. I don't know. So sometimes I see this with people who moved a lot when they were kids, or they were bullied or picked on or whatever. I see this with people who want to fit in to not stir the pot. But when I look at your energy, it's meant to stir the pot. It's meant to provoke thought. You're a good, I don't have a good word, but instigator of thought is the only way I know to put it. The conversations you have with people inspire them to do new things, but you have to be willing to step outside of your comfort zone and actually have the conversations. Trust yourself. What you're receiving is 100% on key. Even if sometimes it doesn't always turn out the way you thought it would, that doesn't mean your intuition was wrong. You must remember you live in a fluid environment that is constantly changing based on the environment around you. Right? So be mindful that you're not downplaying the things you're picking up on, because not every single one of them works out. They're not always going to work out. You know what I mean? Free will is a thing. And sometimes when that comes to our kids, I feel like I want to say unfortunately, but no, it's always a good thing. It's always a good thing. All right, so Dina, this is what my guides have to say in addition to everything I've already said. My guides are, number one, encouraging you to let go of your insecurities. Please, please let go of your insecurities. You don't need them anymore. You're far stronger than these, and they're encouraging you to follow through with that. My guides want you to understand that the people who are meant to support you are going to find their way to you, and you shouldn't be too concerned about the support as you move forward. Don't let that feeling of I'm not going to have support keep you from taking that next step. They really want you to follow through with this. My guides are telling me that somebody's telling you something that isn't exactly correct, that maybe they're manipulating the situation a little bit to keep themselves comfortable. This can be something as small as having a conversation with a significant other about a dream you have. I want to travel to Italy, and that person has 10,000 reasons why you cannot travel to Italy, right? They may not even know they're doing it, but don't let their inability to see your dream keep you from going after it, because, friend, the cards are telling you you're going to be very victorious in this. You're going to come through this perfectly. So don't pay attention to the slight feeling of imbalance in your energy. You're just letting go of some of the stuff that you've overcommitted yourself to. The restlessness that you feel is a sign that there's some people around you that are a little bit ineffective in their support of you. If you have a dream, you don't have to share it with anybody till you're ready to share it with them. Hold on to it till you're confident enough in it that their opinion doesn't matter. You do a good job of getting yourself in alignment. You just get out of alignment just as easily. So you want to focus on the things that help you feel aligned. This will give you a sense of self-sufficiency. My guides also want you to understand that you have a good chance of manifesting this physically, seeing the results of all this stuff going on in your physical reality. So pay attention to your intuition and focus. Where do you want to go? What do you want to see? And how do you want to see this change play out in your life? But if you feel a little out of place in your environment, I can completely understand that. You have a pretty unique energy frequency signature. Someone who's meant to stir the pot and bring change and bring ideas. So if you tend to rub people the wrong way a lot, or you tend to feel misunderstood a lot, I see this as a repeating pattern in people's energies. So Dina, thank you very much, friend, for allowing me to read for you. I appreciate it very, very much. Thank you. Thank you. All right, Carrie, you are up next. Oh, thank you. Spot on. You really hit everything on the head, every word. Thank you. Well, thank you, friend. I don't necessarily do specific questions, but when it's time for your reading, if you hold that question in the front of your mind, often the answer comes out in the reading. I see you, KL. I got you, girl. You are up. KL Villegas. I'm sure I'm saying that so wrong. All right, Carrie, here we go. After Carrie is Brenda, then Sherry, Satia, Mary, Pamela Love, Alexa, and Moon Bunny. I only have one spot left, you guys. Readings are 25. 25. Venmo, PayPal, Cash App are all available in my link tree, which is linked in the show notes. All right. Carrie. You're about to enter into a fun new time. Here we go, Carrie. Do me a favor. Take a nice, big, deep breath in all the way down to your toes. And release. Drop your shoulders, and please give me permission to have access to your energy. Yes, Carrie, your energy is like dancing for me. This is a sign that my guides give me that you've let go and you're moving on beyond something. You, my friend, are expanding exponentially, and I'm very excited for you. However, expansion, especially this large, can feel a little bit uncomfortable because you're going beyond the boundary of where you've already been. This feels like it has a physical manifestation as well as a very strong metaphysical manifestation, meaning you may be tapping into something beyond what you currently receive, especially when it comes to your clairs. Pay attention to your dreams. Pay attention to your gut feelings. Pay attention to synchronicities and numbers. Pay attention to all this stuff. As synchronicities start to increase, you will start to see an increase in things like your clairaudience and clairsentience and all that stuff. This is your opportunity to pick up on that and follow through with it. Again, just like every other person, you don't have to tell anybody about it. This is for you, and this is you learning to greater communicate with your guides. I do feel like you have the option of being a channel of some kind. What you may be channeling is hard for me to see, but you have access to those higher level vibrations. It is going to require you to sidestep a lot of insecurities. Am I making this up? Am I crazy? Where is this coming from? Nobody's going to believe me. This is insane. Where am I doing with this? All those insecurities that are running around in your head, those are the things that are going to slow that channeling down and turn the volume down on it. So the feeling here is in asking you to embrace it instead of fight against it. Try not to look too deep into the meaning and take what you get on the surface. The more you work with this, the more clear the information will become. It is like learning another language. You don't necessarily have to have access to this, but you have the ability to access this a little bit stronger than other people. The more you work with it like a muscle, the stronger it will get. This can go through sitting in meditation, receiving messages, angel writing, reading cards. There's 1,000 different ways that you can access this. You have to find the way that works right for you. Carrie, this is what my guides have to say in addition to everything I've already said. My guides want to acknowledge that you've gotten yourself, generally speaking, in a pretty good space of balance right now. This is a good thing. This has allowed your energy to start to expand. In the past, it feels like that expansion's been put off a little bit, like maybe you start and stop, start, stop, start, stop. Now you're actually embracing this and walking into it, and it's because you've allowed yourself to tap in and follow your inspiration. These are things that are very much led by your heart space. This is an open heart leading the way, and my guides are saying the longer and stronger you do this or allow this to happen, the greater expansion you will experience. They are bringing up again a feeling of a little bit of a bump as you go through this expansion, because some of the beliefs, understandings, teachings that you're holding in that root have to kind of unwind themselves. And they are, but you got to give it a minute. It's not going to be instant. This in return helps to open up a brighter future for you and helps you embrace a new outward facing role. This is the way someone else sees you will change and expand as you embrace this change, which is chef's kiss. My guides are telling me you're more in alignment today than you've been in a long time, and this has in return, again, kicked off the cycle of change. The Wheel of Fortune is facing you, and it's like, come on, let's go on this adventure. Again, your energy feels like it's dancing. You are walking into a time of recovery, and that's a very exciting place to find yourself. It's not going to be all at once, but the more you acknowledge the small good things that are happening in your life, the more you will see that. Kevin, you got that last spot. Thank you so much. I see you. So acknowledge those small things, right? Acknowledge the small things. Carrie, thank you so much. My list is closed for the day, you guys, but hang out, all right? Hang out and listen. Thank you so much, Carrie. I appreciate you very much. Kevin, you got that last spot. I'm so excited. I love people. Actually, let's do this. All right. All right. Brenda, you are up next. Say hello for me, Naruto. My list is closed for today, friend. Brenda, you are up next. After Brenda is Sherry, then Satia, Mary, Pamela Love, Alexa, Moon Bunny, and Kevin. Please be patient with me as I make my way through the list. And remember, the replay of this will be on my YouTube, so you can always go back and watch your reading again. Mark the time of your reading, all right? Brenda, say hello for me. Say hello. Hi, Brenda. So good to see you, my friend. Oh, you have such... Brenda, your energy is so soft. It's lovely. It is so comforting and soft. All right. Oh, it's lovely. It's like a fresh air. Here we go, Brenda. Do me a favor, my friend. Take a nice, big, deep breath in all the way down to your toes. Release. Drop those shoulders, and please give me permission to have access to your energy. Brenda, you have such smooth energy. I know that sounds strange, but it's smooth, all right? So the imagery I'm getting, the only way, the best way I know how to explain it is if you were a kid in the 70s and 80s like me, and your parents smoked in the house with the windows closed and the smoke would float in the air like that, that's what your energy looks like. It's very smooth. It looks fantastic. All of your chakras are communicating. I do feel like that you are what my guides, they're calling a late bloomer, but I don't want you to get too caught up on that term, okay? This is not about your beauty or anything like this. This is about you recognizing your power. I feel like you must have spent a lot of time. I don't necessarily get any signs of like terribly unusual things, but I do feel like you must have spent a lot of time trying to get approval of people in places of authority. I see this with parents, older siblings, teachers, professors, co-workers, bosses, all that stuff. But it feels like you've turned the corner. I feel like that's already happened, and my guides are acknowledging that. And they're saying, friend, you're doing the work. You are expanding. You're not doing anything wrong. Just things take time. Those triggers that keep getting pulled, they keep getting pulled for a reason, because they have a common thread that they want you to examine so that you can let go of that, taking your power back from whatever that represents. My guides are pretty insistent on that, actually. They're also showing me that even though you might be considered or consider yourself a late bloomer, which I hate that term, but that's what they keep giving me, you're never too late. You're exactly on time for where you want to be, and calling yourself that or saying that about yourself is not right. We want to remember we are strong manifestors. The words we speak have meaning and have weight in our energy. They're literally giving me no cards for you. I just want you to know that. The 2 cards they've given me for you so far, okay, Brenda? You're sailing into a whole new horizon. This is taking you to a shore that you've never been to before. So the water in this is emotion. You're sailing over the emotions. The wind is in your sails, and you are finding that new shore. My guides are asking you to embrace your creative vision as much as possible as you do this, because it will help you to feel the most like yourself as you can. When I look at your energy, this is a full-on blooming. Just because it happened at whatever stage it happened at does not mean it was late or delayed or not on time. You're exactly where you need to be. So please take this as confirmation of that. You're never too late. It's never too late. Pick up something that feels good. This must be a teaching you're holding on to, because the root card now comes up and says, hey, your root is being triggered by stuff like this. I have been shuffling and shuffling and shuffling. They literally gave me 3 cards, which tells me this message is vitally important. You're never too late. You're exactly on time. Stop judging yourself by someone else's progress. The only person you should ever judge yourself against is you. Are you better today than you were a year ago? If the answer is yes, A+, you're doing good. And sometimes it's just, are you better than the last 5 minutes? Yes, A+, you're doing fine. Try not to judge yourself by anyone else, where they are, what they're doing, what their journey looks like. This is your job. This is your life. You get to do with this what you want. And the more you judge yourself, the more you will hold yourself back. So stop judging yourself. Stop holding yourself back, and trust that things are opening up exactly how they should for you. Because they are. sometimes that happens. I don't get a lot of cards. Sometimes that's just what my guides, I give you what they want to say. So Brenda, thank you so much for allowing me to read for you. I appreciate you very, very much. And I hope that was helpful, friend. Thank you. Ooh, Mount Etna's erupting. Doesn't surprise me with the energy we've been getting. What does that say? iTunes had expired Amex. I have to redo it for credit to apply. So sorry. You're still on the list, Alexa. It must have worked out. It's there. So you're good. All right. Sherry, you are up next. Come on down and say hello. Unfortunately, if you sent something through YouTube, there is no way that I'm aware of to refund that to you. I do have a Cash App and all those things, but I'm not sure if that's what you meant, Alexa. You're on the list, friend. It's taken me a minute to get through the list. All right, Sherry, you are up. After Sherry is Satia. I'm so sorry if I'm saying your name wrong. Then Mary, Pamela Love, Alexa, Moon Bunny, and then Kevin. Let me get a sip of water. Can you tell I like sparkles? All right, Sherry, I am ready. Alexa, thank you. But you're on there twice now. Okay, well, we'll go with it. I'm not sure. Readings are 25, but my list is closed for the day. But I'll probably be live tomorrow, so check it out. All right, here we go. Sherry, do me a favor. Take a nice, big, deep breath in all the way down to your toes. And release. Drop those shoulders and please give me permission to have access to your energy. So Sherry, when I look at your energy, it's really active, but it's active almost in the pole regions, which can give a little bit of a feeling of restlessness in the middle. So your root is very active and your crown and third eye are very active. All the chakras in the middle, they're active, but they're not nearly as active as those. When I see people whose energy are active at the poles like that, all the rest of things, it can sometimes give us a restlessness or a nervousness. We can feel a little bit out of balance, but it's not anything you're doing wrong. It's nothing you need to correct. It's a sign of release and receive at the same time. When I'm reading the Schumann graph and I'm talking about this is the hardest energy for me to work with, this is what I'm talking about. You are integrating, you are receiving, and you are releasing at the same time. This can make us all over the board as far as physical expression, as far as how we feel physically and also emotionally. Make us a little bit more spicy, a little bit more triggered, but in the drop of a hat, we could also be super, super emotionally and sad. And we don't always understand why. This is because that big white energy is coming in to your root and pushing up underneath things, trying to get you to let it go. So a lot of stuff needs to be brought to the surface for you to examine, acknowledge, and release, right? Yeah. Not a bad thing, not a bad thing. But if you're feeling that way, that could be why. This is always also a sign of someone who's about to step into a new cycle or a new growth spurt. Usually it's energetic in nature, but it almost always has some sort of physical manifestation that goes along with it. This is kind of that part of our energy where our energy's kind of resting. We're in that downswing where it feels like not a lot's happening outside of us, but everything's happening inside of us, right? All right, so this is what my guides have to say in addition to everything I've already said. Sherry, as you are moving forward right now, you are integrating a whole lot of new emotional wisdom. This is going to help you as you step into the next cycle. Like I said, this always happens as someone is stepping into a new cycle, okay? My guides want you to understand that, hold on to your question, okay, Melinda? My guides want you to understand The wheel of fortune is spun around in your direction and is facing you, is trying to encourage you to step forward, but you have a lot of release also happening in your root. Sometimes this can make you feel like you are stuck. My guides are saying, no, 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 you are not stuck. You're just releasing. So go back to that thing that fired you up and give yourself permission to follow after that. Taking care of yourself is not a dirty word. Selfishness is not a dirty word. You do a lot for a lot of people, but don't do so much that you are out of balance with yourself. My guides are asking you not to get too trapped in your head, because this will allow you to draw people to you who feed that side, who feed those insecurities. Law of attraction works on how you feel, not what you say. So be very careful that you don't get trapped in your own head, right? Instead, allow that beautiful, authentic, shiny side of you to come forward as you step into this next process. You are in the point of pulling in a lot of energy, but also releasing at the same time. This can make your energy feel a little confused. Grounding, Reiki Rachel, right here on YouTube. She has a free Reiki activation for June out. I highly recommend everyone does it. But it will help to ground you. It'll help to center you and smooth this out a little bit, but you have a lot coming in at the same time as going out, which is always a good thing. It's always a good thing. Sherry, thank you so much for allowing me to read for you, friend. I appreciate it. Melinda, you're booking online for tomorrow. Are you talking about a private session? If it is a private session through my website, it is only credit card, unfortunately. It is a business and I have to process that way in order to demonstrate income. So if you are booking a private session, it is unfortunately only payable through credit card. Do not prepay for a session live tomorrow, because I can never promise when I will and will not be live. So I don't like that. So unfortunately, my private sessions are only payable through the website. But I do appreciate it and I hope we can work it out. All right, Satia. That's awesome, Jeanette. That's fantastic. I'm excited for you too, friend. Satia, come on down and say hello. You are up next. I know you think, you said you had a specific question. If you want to give me the specific question, I can. Why am I seeing 5-5 continuously? What is the angel number meaning? Okay, so angel numbers are intensely personal. What 555 means for me and what it means for you are not going to be the same. What I encourage you to do is to literally just Google it, and you're going to get 20 different answers. Whichever one feels right to you is the one that is right for you. You don't want to talk yourself out of it at all, okay? Satia, say hello for me. This is you here. Hi, Aaron. Official, no contact. What are his feelings for me? Okay. Satia, I'll tell you right now, I have no inclination that that person is interested in having contact with you. I think the hurt that you're holding on to is hurting you much more than it's hurting them. And I would encourage you to look beyond that. I'm going to look at your cards, but you have a big wound here and also in your root, as if you have to mourn the possibility of what you thought was going to happen. There's a lot in your energy. I'm going to tap in, but I have no inclination of that person coming back, and I will not read their energy without their permission, but I will read yours, okay? So do me a favor, Satia, take a nice big deep breath in all the way down to your toes. And release. Drop your shoulders, and please give me permission to have access to your energy. So the most active chakra that you have, Satia, is your root. There is a lot in here of confusion, a feeling of not understanding, as if looking for closure on something that I can't quite put my finger on. You also have a lot of open space in your heart, as if there's a big open wound in here that wants your attention. Unfortunately, friend, the only way through some sort of big sadness or grief like this is through it. You cannot you can't go around it. You have to deal with it. And sometimes that means admitting that something is done and over with. Don't reduce yourself or make yourself smaller so that you can fit into someone else's definition of who they think you should be. I understand that when you're going through a difficult time, it can feel impossible to hear from someone that everything happens for a reason. But friend, through personal experience and thousands of clients, I I can tell you that everything happens for a reason, and hindsight is 2020. I do understand it's very difficult, and I'm not saying that it isn't. I am saying you've earned the right to grieve it, whatever it is. I also am saying you've earned the right to let go of the idea of what you thought things were going to look like for you, because they're going to be different. Doesn't mean worse, means different. The choice you make on how you focus on things is what dictates how it feels. So if you are choosing to measure yourself against some other vision that you had for something that is not going to happen, you are constantly going to feel like you're stuck and, in a sense, unable to move forward. You have to allow yourself to look at things differently and to plan a different future for you. You have to allow yourself to see the benefit and allow yourself to make the best of the situation. You can't change a lot of the things that have already happened. You can literally change nothing that's already happened. All you can do is change what is coming for you. So focus is important. There's no reason for you to be mournful. I would encourage you to look past this as a way to move beyond. This is what my guides have to say in addition to everything I've already said. They said enough is enough. It's time to drop this and move forward. This is not a situation that's going to change. The idea of throwing yourself on the cross and sacrificing yourself for that other person or persons is never going to get you anywhere. It's only going to bring you more hurt and more pain. My guides are acknowledging there's been a lot of disappointment in this, but there was also a significant amount of disharmony. And whether or not you can see that now is irrelevant. It was still there. So my guides are asking you to focus on yourself as you move forward, not making any reckless choices to go back or return to something that was unhelpful for you, but choosing to listen to the higher version of you calling you forward into a new beginning and a new start. While this may make you feel vulnerable in the moment, it is the best choice for you, and it will help you to embrace something greater. My guides are saying you have to be careful not to get stuck in your head, because when you get stuck in your head, you're going to talk yourself out of it. Does it mean this will require work? Yes, it will require work from you, and it will also require you to make some better decisions for yourself. But once you start doing that, you're going to be able to see the world in such a brighter light that you'll wonder why you stayed that way for so long. You'll question yourself, and that's growth. So Satia, I don't know if that answered your question or not, but hopefully it does. See you tomorrow, Melinda. Hopefully it does. But thank you very much for allowing me to read for you. I very much appreciate it. All right, Mary, you are up next. Mary's up next, then Pamela Love, Alexa, Moon Bunny, and then Kevin. Mary, come on down and say hello, friend. I'm excited to read for you. Hi, Sharon. Hi, Mary. Thank you so much for letting me know that that's you. I'm excited to read for you, my friend. Thank you for sharing your energy with me. All right, Mary, here we go. Do me a favor. Take a nice, big, deep breath all the way down to your toes. And release. Drop your shoulders, and please give me permission to have access to your energy. So Mary, when I look at you, I feel like I'm looking at a closet full of things in jars, right? And usually when I see this, it's because over a life experience, for whatever age you are, there have been many times where you've had to section yourself off and put it in jars, put it in a closet, and put it away. People do this for a variety of reasons. I feel in your case, because you had a lot of obligations outside of you, a lot of things going on, that over time, one small piece at a time, you put these pieces of you away. 42 and 42, there's that confirmation. My guides are letting me know that it's time to let the light back into this space and open these jars again. They're confirming that you've done a good job at something, as if wanting to give you that validation. This feels like a long running thing. I don't know if it was children or something, but there's a sense of wanting to congratulate you and tell you did a good job. Something about breaking a cycle and stepping forward into something new. Yes, you did a great job. However, it's time to go back into that closet and embrace those pieces of you that have been put to the side over time so that you could care for others. This is your time to shine. This is your time to re-embrace the roles that you've put aside. Again, some of these are outward facing roles. They're giving me a little bit of solar plexus and sacral chakra energy here. Solar plexus is the seat of how you see yourself. Sacral chakra is basically how other people see you and the resulting relationships. These two things are working on something together, as if the solar plexus is getting brighter and it's bringing the sacral chakra with it. That means people will see you different, respond to you differently. They'll say things like, you look different, but won't be able to put a finger on what it is. All those sorts of things happen. You know what I mean? So pay attention to those. That's what's going on, right? You're expanding, you're growing, and you're stretching your wings. Each one of these little jars that I see, I can't tell you what's in each of them. I can just tell you it's like a little light. It's like fireflies almost. Like you took little pieces of your light one at a time and put them in these jars, and now it's time to get back to those lights and re-embrace them, okay? This is what my guides have to say in addition to everything I've already said. Mary, my guides are confirming for you that you have a very strong connection to your higher self. It's time to re-embrace this. Maybe you put it away over time because you had a lot of things going on or obligations, but now is the time to bring it out of the darkness. You are a very strong manifester, so be very careful of what you say. Be careful of the words that you use. That's why it's called spelling, friend. It affects the things that are happening around you. My guides are asking you to re-embrace this charismatic version of you, these little pieces of the light that you've put on the shelf, opening your heart space and becoming heart-centered once again. Not saying you weren't before, but as you take the next steps, letting this be your guide instead. My guides are telling me this forms a new role and a new outward-facing role that allows people to see you in a way that gives you a much greater sense of empowerment. They're also telling me that this change is coming for you quickly, and if you aren't sort of paying attention, you may overburden your energy quickly. That means you have to take care of yourself. As this transition of outward-facing energy versus inward-facing energy happens, the Death card comes forward to say the old version of you is dying away in the best way possible. You are shedding the old skin and stepping into something better. My guides are asking you to embrace it with both arms and be happy that it's happening and excited for the possibility that it brings. It's time to go back to all those little pieces of light that you put away. Mary, thank you so much for allowing me to read for you, friend. I appreciate you very, very much. Thanks for watching the videos. Preparing to launch your channel. That's amazing. Mary, thank you so much for allowing me to read for you. I appreciate it very, very much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I hope it was helpful. All right, Pamela, you are up next. Come on down and say hello. Pamela is up next, then Alexa, then Moon Bunny, and then Kevin. Hi, friend. Pamela Love. I love the name. How wonderful. How beautiful. You can't say it without smiling. I mean, it's amazing. What a gift to the world. You can't even, I hope that's your real last name because you can't even say that without smiling. So it's fantastic. It's done its job here on YouTube, but I hope it can do that out there in the world too. All right, Pamela, here we go. Do me a favor. Take a nice big deep breath in all the way down to your toes. And release. Drop those shoulders and please give me permission to have access to your energy. All right, so Pamela, there's a couple of big energies in your space. So number one, your heart is the biggest chakra in your system right now. Not a bad thing, it's a good thing. It's telling me that you're heart-centered and you give a lot of energy through that heart space to others. That also is connected to your empathetic side. Your high heart, that beautiful pink, is also very projected in that space, which is wonderful to see. You have a pretty good balance between these two. I don't feel like you're out of balance there in any way. You also have a lot of energy going on in your third eye, letting me know that you have a lot of information coming in. I feel like a lot of this information is sort of on an unconscious level, like when you're sleeping or meditating or something like that. They're giving me a lower brainwave, which means you're not necessarily paying attention to it. It's in the background. Root is also very active, signaling some sort of change in your system, as if you are letting go of some old belief that's been holding you back and embracing something new, probably something to do with that third eye. As if you've told yourself in the past, I am not something, I am not clairsentient, I am not intuitive, I am not something. This is your higher self pushing back and saying, oh yes you are, friend, and I'm about to show you in the best way possible. It actually feels really good. I'm getting a lot of movement in my sacral chakra. This feels physical in nature. I don't know if you have something physical going on in your lower gut, but I'm having a lot of heat and attention brought there. So just keep an eye on it. I don't want to plant any seeds, but keep an eye on it. Lower abdomen. I rarely get physical sensations like that. I can't tell you what it means because I don't get it very often, but it's a hot heat in that lower abdomen part of my body. That's where the sacral chakra is, and it's where we do a lot of changes in our roles that we play or the way other people perceive us. This is changing a lot, and it feels like there's something happening in there, but I can't quite put my finger on it. Just be mindful of that. In addition to everything I've already said, Pamela, this is what my guides have to say. My guides are telling me now is the time for you to start stepping outside of your comfort zone and doing things that feel unusual or different to you. You are expanding beyond where you are, and you cannot continue to think the way you were thinking before and expand into a different place. This is you growing past that. If you are worried about your family, my guides are saying you don't need to be worried about them. Everything's going to be okay. They may not win the lottery, you may not win the lottery, but you will have what you need when you need it. So try not to make that the focus of things because you're stepping into a place of celebration. This is an excellent card to get, letting me know that all the work that you have put in, all the focus that you've done is paying off, leading you into the manifestation of something that feels much better for you. Again, they're echoing the idea that you've put a lot of work into this, and they're even bringing up the idea that you've sacrificed a lot. They're confirming that your root is active, as if releasing something and moving you forward into something new. Now is the time for you to follow that enthusiasm to the best of your ability, because change is coming. There it is. That tower is coming down, telling me that an old belief system is coming down. You are refocusing and moving forward into something that is better for you. And sometimes that can be a little bit uncomfortable, but it always results in expansion. So give yourself some time and just slowly work your way through it. Pamela, thank you so much for allowing me to read for you, friend. I appreciate you very, very much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you. All right, Alexa, you are up next. Come on down, friend. I'm very excited to read for you. Thank you for the opportunity. Thank you for your patience. I am happy to be here with you. Come on down, Alexa. Say hello. You are up. Alexa is up next. Thank you. After Alexa is Moon Bunny and then Kevin. It is your real name? What a great name. What a great name. Oh my God, what a gift. What a gift to the world. I hope you look at it that way, because it really is. Hi, friend. My list is closed for today, unfortunately. I will be back tomorrow, probably. So set your notifications. That way you know when I'm live. Alexa, say hello, friend. You are up. Come on down. Say hello. Say hello, Alexa. Alexa, cook. Where are you, friend? Alexa. All right, well, we'll put a pin in Alexa. When she comes back, she will be first on the list. All right, I don't know where she is. Moon Bunny, come on down and say hello. Erlinda, hello. Come on, how are you? Moon Bunny, come on down and say hello. You are up next. Alexa, say hello. Alexa, where are you? Moon Bunny, come on down and say hello. Make sure you say hello so I can focus on your name. Hi, Brittany. Good to see you. Let's see if it'll tell me who's in here. I can't look at who's in the room. Moon Bunny. My goodness. Moon Bunny, come on down and say hello. I can't read for you if you're not here. Hi, there you are. Okay, what is your first name? It is a magnificent Monday. Well, thank you, Deborah. Jane. I love the name Jane. It's one of my favorites, actually. All right, Jane, I'm ready to read for you. If Alexa comes back, you guys let me know. Otherwise, Kevin is up next. All right. All right, Jane, here we go. There you are, Kevin. I'm glad you're here. All right. Jane, do me a favor. Take a nice, big, deep breath in all the way down to your toes. And release. Drop your shoulders and please give me permission to have access to your energy. So Jane, when I look at your energy, they're showing me a horse in a cage almost, like a wild horse being caged. You have a lot of energy in your system and it feels like it's trying to be fit into a small space, as if all of your chakras are expanded outward, but it's, again, in a small space, almost like you're too big for your body. I don't know how else to explain that. It's not a bad thing. I just feel like you have so much going on and you don't have a lot of outlet for it or something. I see this with people who do a lot of work with energy. I see this with Reiki healers, emotion code practitioners, anyone who works or harnesses the energy of the earth. Their energy tends to expand in a way so that they can accommodate these bigger fields when they're working with people. I don't know if Reiki or energy work is anything you have ever even thought about or considered, but I would at least think about looking into it. You don't have to get certified in it. You don't have to do anything you don't want to, but just look into it, because when I look at you, you have all this space for expansion as if you're waiting to take in something. I also feel like you offer very good advice to people. When I look at your energy, your throat chakra is very active, which tells me you're a strong manifester. So be mindful of what you are saying. If you are not feeling well, you don't want to say I am sick. You want to say I am feeling sick. One is permanent, one is temporary, and law of attraction doesn't care. It doesn't care if you want it or not. If you focus on it, you're going to get it. And I know that's a silly example, but it works in all aspects of your life. Don't say I am stuck. Say I am learning. Those are different things. The problem and the solution don't have the same vibration. I think a lot of times you must have some frustration around stuff. It's as if you want things to happen right away. You have a very strong energy, so that makes sense to me. But I also can see that it's like you don't have enough outlets for it. So what these outlets look like, I don't know. But again, grounding or getting into Reiki can help circulate your energy a little bit better and help to give you a little bit more clarity on how to use it. Looking at the signature that you have, the energy signature you have, I think you're underutilizing what you have access to. You're underestimating yourself for sure, but you're also underutilizing it. You have to give yourself permission to try it to see if it works. You know, you can't tell yourself you can't do something and have never tried it. You know, that's not good. All right, Alexa. I'm sorry. All right, Jane, this is what my guides have to say in addition to everything I've already said for you, Jane. My guides would really like you to release the idea that you can't do something just because you've never done it. You are standing at the threshold of massive opportunity and potential. It is up to you, however, to choose to see the truth of what you have access to. Again, the idea of holding yourself back and wanting to push you forward into embracing a greater sense of change. My guides are asking you to celebrate all of the connection that you already have, and this brings forward a transition for something greater. This is the death card telling me that the old version of you is dying away and a new version is coming forward, but you can't try to control it too much because your perception of what you have access to is incredibly limited. So you have to let go of the idea that you have to fit in some little box, and this will open you up to greater expansion. My guides are telling me that these insecurities come from when you were young. They don't have any place where you are here. This in turn opens you up to a whole new horizon, allowing you to sail off to a shore that you have never been. The embodying of using this energy in a new way is kind of the feeling. My guides tell me you get yourself into alignment pretty well, but then you let yourself fall out of alignment pretty easily when you focus on all the hardship around you that you don't have control over. My guides are asking you instead to focus on your intuition and what it is telling you and not spend too much time trapped in your own head. Don't overthink it, Jane. That's the big message here is don't overthink it. Don't overthink it. You're getting exactly what you need. Don't overthink it. Don't make it more complicated than it is. You don't have to try so hard to be who you are. Just let it be, right? Jane, thank you very much for allowing me to read for you. I appreciate it very, very much. All right, let's see. Is Alexa back? Alexa, are you here? I'm looking for Alexa. I'm looking for Alexa Cook. I know Kevin is here. Yeah, you're next, Kevin. All right, here we go. Kevin, you are up next. If you're ready, I'm ready. 1 second here. Kevin Pemberton. Say hello, friend. You are up. It won't let me do that. Okay. There you are, Kevin. I see you. All right. Kevin Pemberton. I got your back, friend. Here we go. All right. Kevin Pemberton, I got you, friend. Kevin Anthony, it's ironic that you're here at the same time. Maybe it's for you too, but this is Kevin Pemberton's reading. Kevin, do me a favor. Take a nice, big, deep breath in all the way down to your toes. And release. Drop your shoulders and please give me permission to have access to your energy. So Kevin, when I look at you, the first image they're giving me is of a rock, as if you've been very steady for a very long time, a steady rock, not just for other people, but maybe for yourself. As if people could always count on you, you were steady. They keep showing me steady, steady, steady. I feel like you've taken a lot of like waves against this rock. You've stood in the face of a lot of things happening, a lot of disruption, and still yet the rock stands steady. When I look at you, when I look at your energy, it's as if you've armored up a little bit. This doesn't surprise me. I see this a lot. When people have been through a lot or have had to sacrifice a lot in order to feel like they're meeting their obligations or feeling like they have the heavy weight of a lot of obligation, they will armor up their heart space as if I don't want to open it too wide for others, so I don't want to hurt myself, right? It's almost like a preemptive strike. This is something that is typically very unconscious in nature, and it's not something you're doing purposely. When I look at this armor over your heart space though, friend, it's open, it's opening up. There's a crack in it and there's light coming out as if it's ready to move beyond this. I do feel like there's still a lot of heavy weight on your shoulders, but it's getting less, as if you're moving beyond something or stepping into something new from something old. The ending of a cycle, they're giving me this cycle symbol, as if you're ending some cycle. This opens up a new role for you and less feeling of heaviness on the shoulders. I do feel like you took on a lot of weight over time. Some of this weight doesn't feel like it necessarily belonged to you, as if you took the blame or gave yourself blame or took the blame for something that you didn't need to shoulder the weight of. And this is you letting go of that and stepping into something greater for yourself. This feels like a whole new cycle coming forward, like letting go or shedding some of these rocks and opening up that heart space and stepping into somewhere new. It's not necessarily going to be super easy because you've done the same things the same way for a long time. But there is very much this feeling of slowly evolving into a greater sense of you. I do feel like there are some people outside of you that maybe have gotten dependent on the way you do so much for them, and it may make them uncomfortable. This isn't a bad thing. It encourages them to grow on their own. Be mindful of your boundaries. I'm not saying cut people off, but be mindful that no is a complete sentence. You don't have to help your friend move if you don't want to, and you don't owe them an explanation. You shouldn't feel bad about it. Sometimes we need a self-care day. Kevin, this is what my guides have to say in addition to everything I've already said, literally. So I don't look at these cards before I get them, but first card out of the deck for you, Kevin, is a new beginning. You, my friend, are stepping into a new time, and the path before you is becoming clearer. You're going to need to release some of the burden that you've carried with you all this time that hasn't belonged to you, and that may require some confrontation on your end. Confrontation is incredibly uncomfortable. I get it, but it also leads to expansion. Until you get it out in the open, you can't deal with it, right? This, in turn, like I said, starts a new cycle for you. This is changing the way others perceive you. It's stepping into a greater expanded role for you. Even when it gets difficult, my guides are asking you to make the commitment to yourself to embrace this change anyway. It may feel rough or bumpy because there's a lot of things in your root, a lot of teachings that you're holding on to that are making you feel obligated to do things a certain way, but that is in return only creating disharmony. Instead, my guides are asking you to open up and embrace all of the potential that's in your energy. The more you follow your inspiration, the more you will see that potential continue to open. Kevin, thank you so much for allowing me to read for you. I appreciate it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I hope that was helpful for you, friend. And I appreciate your patience. Thank you very much. So Valerie, I am finishing up for the day. That's the end of my list. I'm looking still for Alexa, but I don't see her. I don't know where she went. Alexa, are you here? Alexa Cook. The last time you commented was at 11:13, and I haven't seen a comment since then. Thank you, Kevin. No, Kevin, Andrew, Anthony, these are paid readings, and that is the end of my list. I'm done for today. My list is done for today. Like I said, if you would like a private session, they come in 30 and 50-minute options. They are very different than this. It's a lot of conversation. You can find that on my website, consciouslyerin.com. Otherwise, set your notifications and you will see whenever I'm live, come back and I'll see what I can do for you. To everyone who was here today, thank you so much for your support. I genuinely appreciate it. Alexa, I don't know where you went. I don't know how to help you. I don't know how to read for you. Hopefully I'll see you when I go live next and I'll be able to read for you. Thank you, friend. You guys have a great day.